Are you serious? Are you serious? Another earthquake has just hit Japan. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news right now, right now. It's not being reported yet by NBC, CNN, none of the major, not even Yahoo. This has been reported by Fox News just now on the web. A good friend of mine from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Stephen, gave me a quick email update, said, hey, 6.3. I went to Fox News online, found the story. 6.3 earthquake has just rattled the teeth of Tokyo, buildings swaying, people running, screaming. Another earthquake. And what about the radiation and the reactors and the radiation and the nuclear reactors? What about it? What about it? Is there a tsunami? Now, I do not see a tsunami warning. I'm stunned. CNN has still not 30 minutes. They can't. Let me just read this to you, okay? Here's what the Bible says. Matthew 24. You've heard me say it once. You've heard me say it twice. I'm going to say it a third time on this Holy Week. Jesus answered. Matthew 24. They came to him and they sat on the Mount of Olives with Jesus. The disciples came unto him privately. And they said, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places, and all these are the beginning of sorrow. Then you finish reading on. You know what the very next thing is? Because I've been saying we're living in the days of the beginning of sorrow. We're living in the time of the beginning of sorrow. The days of the beginning of sorrow. I've been saying it. I spoke on the phone last night with a pastor. I believe he's going to be a pastor. He hasn't announced his calling yet, but a man down in Alabama. And we spoke as he was driving in to work a midnight shift after getting out of a long, lengthy service at the Church of God, Pentecostal church down there. So the guy's on fire. You ever come out of a Pentecostal service after about 2-3 hours? You'll be on fire. And this guy calls me. We're on the phone, and he's talking about the fact that Israel was established a nation in 1948, which we know that. After World War II, after Adolf Hitler massacred and murdered 6 million Jews. And you know what? Somebody reminded me, don't forget, Hitler also killed 7 million Christians. We don't seem to talk about that much, but that is the kingdom rising against kingdom. There's 3 major spiritual kingdoms on the earth right now. They are Christianity, Judaism, and radical Islam, Muslims. And within the Muslim faith, there is a major radical Islamic movement, Sharia law. I'm talking about jihadist, and it's rising, it's rising, it's rising. Now the Muslim jihadist, they hate the Christians and the Jews. So see, it doesn't shock me that Adolf Hitler in the Third Reich would rise up from Austria. He wasn't from Germany. He was from Austria. He went into Germany, took it over, and brainwashed and convinced with the powers of Satan. He convinced an entire nation to become part of the Third Reich, get rid of their constitution, give him supreme power, the Führer, and then go and kill 6 million Jews and 7 million Christians. Now, I said all that to say this. As being the brother down in Alabama, we're talking 1948, Israel became a nation. Jesus said these words, this nation, this generation shall not pass away before you see these things come to pass. In other words, before this generation, what generation was he talking about? Some people think he was talking about that generation before they died out, that they would see the temple destroyed, and it was destroyed in 70 AD, which means it would have been in that generation. So I can see where they're coming from that. Others think it might be once the church is raptured, that then that generation will see the second coming of Christ before they're gone. Others believe that after, as this brother in Alabama was talking, that after Israel became a nation in 1948, that 70 years later is 2018. This is the year 2011, the year of judgment. Obviously, God is pouring his judgment upon the land with the dead birds, the dead fish, the dead cows, the dead eagles, the dead whales, all of these signs of the Hosea prophecy, Hosea chapter 4, verses 1, 2, 3. The fall of these nations in the Middle East, in Isaiah chapter 19, the burden of Egypt. Isaiah 17, the predicted destruction of Damascus. Look what's going on in Syria. They're rioting. They're shooting each other in the streets. Yemen, Bahrain, Algeria, Tunisia's overthrown. Ivory Coast is in a civil war. They finally took that guy out. Libya's in a war. Afghanistan's in a war. Iraq's in a war. Jordan's my granddaughter's crying. I'm trying to say all this. We're 70 years from the time Israel was established is 2018, and at 2018 is only 7 years from now. What this brother's saying to me is it possible, Pastor? Is it possible that we're on the brink of the tribulation period? Is there a rapture pre-trib, mid-trib, post-trib? Are we in that time? Are you saved? Are you saved? I'll be back to talk more, but right now there's an earthquake in Japan, 6.3. It's rattled the teeth of Tokyo. We need to pray for the people of Tokyo. This thing is getting ugly. It's Holy Weekend. Good Friday is tomorrow. This is April 21st, 2011, and once again we're faced with the hand of God. And the question is, and during all of these signs of the second coming, are you saved? Are you going to go through the Easter weekend, the Resurrection Sunday, and not go to church or not give your heart to God? Why don't you do it right now? Send me a personal message. I want to be saved. I want to be saved. I want to be saved. Christ is coming back, people. I don't know the day nor the hour, but I know this. I know he said to watch and pray for an hour. You think not. The Son of Man's coming. I'm Paul Begley. I am so serious. I want you to send that personal message to me right here on YouTube. I want to be saved. I want to be saved. I want to be saved. Go to my website, www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. You'll see a young couple that's going to get married. The young lady got saved watching my YouTube videos and got baptized down in Mexico City, Mexico, and they got the pictures right on my website. It is beautiful. She's holding up a cardboard sign saying, "Another soul has been converted to Christ. Thank you, Pastor Paul." Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Mexico City, Mexico. I'm in Indiana. People are getting saved in Hong Kong. People are getting saved in Australia. People are coming to Christ in New Zealand, in England, in Canada. I've heard from Germany. I've heard from 34 different nations. Telling you, folks, they're coming to, the Lord is getting his end time harvest. We've had 147 people come to Christ right here on this YouTube channel since February 1st. This is one YouTube channel, just one. I'm one little preacher in Indiana, standing in the cornfields, crying out with a loud voice, "Show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins." I am preaching the word. Spare not, lift up your voice, cry loud, cry loud. I am the voice of one crying in the wilderness, "Prepare ye the way of the Lord, and make his path straight." He's coming, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming.